Hello, everyone. Welcome to a brand new series, AI for Cybersecurity, in which we'll be looking at AI tools which can be used for cybersecurity use. So, before that, let's take a first look at ChatGPT Atlas, a brand new venture released by ChatGPT. It is similar to an agentic browser released by Perplexity. If you have heard Perplexity Comet, it is an agentic browser in which you can tell the browser to do things and it will do it for you on your behalf. So, why is this intuitive more than using a normal ChatGPT interface? So basically, when you do a normal ChatGPT interface, it can search, it can do all those things, but specifically, it doesn't have your login. But with the browser interface, you can log into your Gmail or anything else, and it can control that things. It can analyze the deep web, basically. So, for example, if you have an Gmail, you want to reply to that Gmail, but you don't have to search that mail and blah blah. So you can just tell the Perplexity. So there's a mail from this person regarding this. Please reply based on my data. It will go there, search that mail, reply on your behalf. So that is the power of using browser, agentic browser, basically. So yesterday, ChatGPT released their ChatGPT Atlas. It is currently for Mac only, but it will soon be released for Windows and Linux as well. So if you see their page, it's just showing the same things, like unlock the web with ChatGPT on your site. So if you have seen or used Comet, it's basically the same thing, but just it has the ChatGPT touch. So it has some memory features as well, which is a good thing. So which we'll take look into. So this is the look. I have already downloaded the browser. You can download it on their homepage. This is the link, chatgpt.com/atlas. And for Comet also, if you want to try it, it's perplexity AI/Comet. So I've downloaded both, and from my use case, I feel Comet is more intuitive and intelligent than GPT as of now, and it does more of the work. But we'll see that and how we can use these agentic AIs which have browser control for your cybersecurity needs. For example, if you want to do research on some vulnerability or you want to do some OSINT research, how these can be helpful. And for person or company research, these are really a gold mine to save your time. So let's dive into that. Let's now take a look at the ChatGPT Atlas application interface. So they have quite a stunning app with minimalistic features. They have the search bar, then they have a side panel similar to the side panel on the ChatGPT web app, and then we have here a sidebar where you can see simple menu items like settings, downloads, and passwords. You have the search bar URL bar hidden here. You can press anywhere, it will open, and then you are served this as a default page if you open new tabs in which you can search in natural language or type in URL. So now let's search a basic search. Nike latest shoes. So they have improved the UI. Like in this web interface of the browser, you can have home, search, images, videos, news. So basically, if you're using ChatGPT search feature in the application, you'll see just this part. But they have given here the search links they have used to scrape the data, images. They are all sourced from Google as well, I think. And you can search directly, redirect yourself to Google to see. Yep. So if you see, they have organized more a way to show the search results. And if you go to Perplexity as well, they have different things. But if you do a normal search similar to Nike latest shoes, Perplexity has their own way of showing, but it's more kind of using the AI web app. It's pretty similar to that. Okay, so it's similar. You can search images here. So it's basically same thing, but just a different way to present it. So both are good. So now let's test their agentic behaviors. Now let's do some agentic testing of these browsers. For Comet, you can directly open the assistant window here, but for ChatGPT Atlas, you need to search some web page to open that window. So let's do a similar test. Let's open Google, and we'll do same thing here. We'll open Google. Okay, as you can see here, we have Ask GPT. So let's first try to ask GPT to do a simple task for us. That is, go to amazon.in Search for best pairs of earbuds of Skull Candy under 5K and add them to cart. And we have explicitly mentioned to use the browser to complete the task. So let's see what ChatGPT does. And we'll pass on the similar task to a Comet browser as well. So let's see what it does. Okay, it's using its own internal browser. Okay, it opened a different tab and it's searching and using there. Let's see what GPT has done. So it says, I've opened Amazon.in for you. Please let me know. I'll search. The page is loaded. As you can see already, Comet is doing a better phenomenal job at understanding the task and then implementing it. It already searched for our earbuds on Amazon and it's already checking the listings to get us the best results. It also set the pricing. So this is asking, so ChatGPT used a different method that it's not using a user intuitive but is directly going to search under. Okay, so let's try this method as well. Okay, so I feel from this first user experience, Comet is pretty good competition and tough competition to ChatGPT as it's already have added a pair of earbud and ChatGPT is asking me. So for Comet, I've only given one command. That's it. I've given the same command for ChatGPT, but now it's asking me to do more things. Search the best earbuds and add them to cart. Right? Okay. So it explicitly mentions it doesn't have permissions. So basically, OpenAI has a restricted how it will work. But as you can see, Comet has already added a good rated according to it. So we should have added rating as well. So choose a rating above 4 or 4.5. So it would have done that. But as of the task what we have given, search and add to cart, it has done it skillfully. So in round one, obviously Comet wins than ChatGPT Atlas, but we should give ChatGPT Atlas a little more time because it has launched yesterday only, so it will take time and iterations to give the better version. But for now, Comet wins in basic web search and doing the task as an agent, doing our task side by side. So now let's jump into cybersecurity and how you can do OSINT using these things. So for our demo, I'll be using Comet because it is more intuitive than ChatGPT at least for doing automated searches. But yes, in future, I hope and I think ChatGPT Atlas, the OpenAI, will also implement such similar features and remove certain restrictions to make it more useful as an agentic browser. So let's dive into how we can use agentic browser for cybersecurity needs. Now comes the interesting part of using these agentic browsers for OSINT research. So we have two competitors, Comet and ChatGPT Atlas. So we'll give a fair chance to both of them, but in my opinion, Comet is doing a far better job than ChatGPT Atlas in doing agentic work in a browser. But that must be because it has released yesterday, so there must be some tweaks. But still, as of now, I would prefer Comet anytime over Atlas. So let's do begin our OSINT research. But before that, what is OSINT? OSINT is basically open source intelligence. Open source intelligence is what that you can search and find information that is publicly available. For example, if you search your username, what all profiles come under your username, how you're sharing, everything which is publicly available. So it isn't illegal, it's fully legal. You can do your own OSINT research, and for some reason, sometimes ChatGPT may trigger it as not good, but We can bypass that easily by giving something like it's our profile or something like that. But mainly, it's not illegal. You can search online, and it's publicly available information only. So I've created a prompt for our OSINT research. We'll go to google.com. Same goes for here, and then we'll open our tabs. Now, let's pass on this prompt. Your assignment is conduct to multi-level OSINT research. So basically, I've crafted a big prompt. What it does, it creates an OSINT research on the username. This is my username, S41J. It will create a report. It will get as much as public information as it can, and it will do research recursively. So, what does recursive research or research recursive means? Is basically if you find a profile link, if you find my GitHub profile, there if you find my LinkedIn profile, then you can search on that profile. So it's like how a human does OSINT research. Basically, this is an important part, or it will just search one profile and will stop there. And we have explicitly mentioned it to use our browser for research. So let's pass this on, and let's wait for a few seconds to see how it works. It has already taken control of the browser, and now it will start searching, I guess. So yeah, here it begins searching. So let's pass the same prompt to ChatGPT as well, and let's see its response. And it is thinking. So if you do a normal OSINT research, it's pretty typically human-like, but it can be automated. It is quite an automated thing. I have created a tool called Fomba, which somewhat automates it. So as you can see, I can't help with that request to conduct a military targeted OSINT research. So as you can see, I told you we can just bypass this thing, but this is my okay. It's searching my website. Just tell it this is my profile. Let's see if we can bypass this on the side way. It is doing quite a good research. It's searching what my GitHub, my Instagram, my every social media handle, and cool. Now this is also searching. That's quite a good thing. Okay, great. If we say this is our profile, it does the search. That's a little bit tweaking and prompt engineering you have to do to achieve from AI is what you want. But the key findings, it found what social media, it found my ex Instagram. Okay. So that's a bad thing that it wasn't able to do. What we can say is like go to the social media profile and research there. Let's see. It just dug up my GitHub and that's it. Okay, it has quite found that I have a few packages on npm and PI Python pip. Okay, this is quite analysis of my GitHub profile more than what I say, but that's a cool thing it did this much. This is quite a basic which you can get on normal ChatGPT as well. We can try it here as well, I think. Let's see how this does. Until that, we'll search. You see, this is why I love Comet because it's doing its research without any human intervention, and it's quite fluid. It's searching real data. Okay, let's see. Okay, so Atlas is also doing, but if you notice, it's searching the same sites which we got here. So it will be, I think, the same, almost similar result. Let's check. Okay, it's searching quite a bit, and now that's what I like about Comet. And also, one more thing, a good thing about OSINT is, and with the help of AI as well, you can do your own OSINT research and check out your own online fingerprint. That's quite a bit of a thing that you can search your own online presence and how much data you have exposed. And AI can pinpoint very quickly. Even if you are not in cybersecurity field, this is a great opportunity for you to try it. So a basic research can be done with normal ChatGPT as well. You don't need any Comet browser or anything like that. You can just open your ChatGPT or if you like Grok or anything. I've tried with Grok, and Grok is also pretty good because it's explicit, so it doesn't hold. It just searches a little better. Uh, Previous version of Grox were quite good, like it had the deep research thing, so that was pretty helpful. But right now, it gives good results. I'm not saying bad results as such of, but comparatively little down. The results have gone a little down. Okay, so here we go. It's doing its research. So let's wait until it completes its research. Okay, so finally, this comprehensive research is completed. And there are some things I didn't know about my profile that were online, which I just overlooked when the Comet was searching. And that's pretty impressive research, if you notice. So let's check out the findings of the Comet. So it found my name, it found my primary handle, that's pretty cool. It found my other handles as well. So it found, okay, okay, it searched my repos and all. Okay, that's cool. It searched about my interest and hackathons and all that. Okay, then it did some recursive search. That's the important point. If you put, from my experience, whenever you put recursive profile search, that gives you the results. Okay, so that's an important vital part you should focus if you're doing your AI based OSINT research. Don't forget to put that. OSINT found my YouTube tutorials as well. Cool. And then it found my profiles, and that's pretty impressive. It found my other profile as well, which is for just college use and non-professional use. Okay, okay, that was a pretty impressive research. Hmm? I can ask him whatever and whatever, and it will search. But if we compare these two, I would definitely give this a better chance. And the way it researched the search query, Google Docs were pretty impressive compared to. And mainly, if you notice, it did real time Google search and it was controlling the browser. So it's all latest data which is available on Google. But this chat GPT, if you see, it did web search, I think, in the background using its search, what do we say, see, it searched sources. Yeah, it did. But was it real time? No. I think GP, Claude, yeah, see, Comet have used 47 sources, and I think it did more because it was analyzing the screen. And GPT only did how many? Okay, it did 45. That's a pretty cool number. But then why the reports are so different? Why this has a detailed thing? That's the thing. So as of now, I would prefer and suggest to use Comet. But let's give some time to ChatGPT at least for growing. That's it for now. Thank you for watching the video. If you like, do like and subscribe. And in future, there will be many AI and cybersecurity tutorials and videos which are quite unique and interesting. So do follow me on Instagram and all the profiles that you saw in the video research. And also, don't forget to go and check your